Hey guys, Jeff here with the Common Sense Camper. I got a brand new holster. Actually, it's not brand new. I've had it about 2 months now. I got to tell you, I am super impressed. One of the things I have done or things I've experienced since losing a lot of weight, being on a whole food plant-based diet, is there's different things that I enjoy, different activities that have changed tremendously for me. One of those things is how I conceal carry. I have never been someone that's been comfortable wearing a firearm at 3, 4 o'clock or, you know, small at the back. So I kind of resorted to like a sticky holster, like a Remora or a Klinger holster. And those things are great, don't get me wrong, I still use them in certain situations. But I wanted something with a little more retention, something that's a little more solid, a little more secure, and also allow me to carry a larger handgun. I'm also taking some more classes with handguns, and you're not able to do it with one of those sticky holsters. It doesn't work. So a couple months ago, I purchased a holster by Harry's Holsters. And when I first saw this thing, I thought, man, there's a lot of stuff going on there. This thing looks big, bulky, and is it really going to be comfortable? And I got to tell you, I was absolutely wrong. One of those sayings where don't judge a book by its cover. So I'm going to show you this thing. Now, first of all, I want to say, anyone that does gun reviews or holster reviews, two things. Put it on. No one wants to see the holster sitting on the table. No one. I don't. The holster companies don't. No one looking for a holster wants to see it laying on the table. It does us no good. So make sure you show it on. Number two, okay, and most importantly, is don't show it with this big bulky coat. I can conceal a shotgun, an AR-15, and a big bulky coat. I want to see what it looks like wearing stuff that I normally wear, whether it's to work or just going out with the kids or camping or whatever it may be, especially in summer, because that's where you have the hardest time concealing if you're someone who conceal carries. The last thing you'll never see me do in any type of holster review is this. I get a 2XL shirt, right, cotton, that's the size of a wind sail, and I stand there and do this. As the thing's draping from almost a foot from my armpit, just like this. Woo, look at that. You can't see. Again, I could conceal a shotgun that way. All right, so I am showing you this is the thinnest shirt that I own right here. This is actually an undershirt. This is typically not a shirt that I wear out. I usually wear something that's at least a little heavier than this. This is like a spandex type undershirt. But for the purpose of the video, I want to show you how concealable these holsters are. And one of the things that I was really excited about with losing the weight is I'm now able to carry appendix style very comfortably. And I think that had I had this holster all along, even when I was 40 pounds heavier, I think that this would have still worked for me. It's just I didn't find out about these things until about 2.5 months ago. So right now I am carrying the M&P Shield appendix style. I'm going to zoom in and show you what it looks like with the shirt and how I normally stand and walk around. Okay, so here I am wearing the firearm and the holster, and this is how I normally, if I'm sitting around talking to someone, I usually have my hands on my pocket, like something like this, or I'm leaning against something, or leaning like this. Okay, walking, just a normal walk, you know, moving around like this. All right, hands in the pocket, giving you different angles on the shirt. Even if I draw this shirt tight like that, okay, still very concealed. Now here's the firearm. Now I'm not someone that carries a true appendix. Usually most guys that carry appendix are going to have it way over here, straight up and down, but I still have a little bit of a gut. And what I found is I have a crease right here from my stomach down to my groin area, and this thing just nestles in there nice and neat. Very easy to draw and very positive retention. Okay, you can adjust that retention as well. But as you can see, and even with the undershirt on, and I have another shirt over top of it, this thing's even more comfortable because I don't feel any part of the gun. Now the reason this works so well is two reasons. Number one, it has this little foam bumper. Okay, and then number two has this claw. What those two things do, number one, the foam bumper takes the firearm, because when you sit down, your firearm tends to want to do this. Okay, what that foam piece does is keeps it up against your body this way. Alright, then the claw part, your belt goes through the clip, or this is a speed clip, so it actually just clips over my belt. And then the belt part, or even the pant part, goes against here. So your pants and your belt go in front of the claw and then through the belt clip. And what that does, because when you put a typical holster on, the holster wants to do this. It wants to pull away from your body, and what that claw does is it keeps it tight up against your stomach. And this is very comfortable. Again, I was someone that when I first saw this, I was like, holy cow, there's a lot of stuff on that. Kind of remind me of my Beretta 92 FS. It's like, man, it needs dehorned. There's too much stuff going on here. But it all has a purpose, and this whole thing just kind of goes away because it's very, very comfortable. Now, M&P Shield, smaller gun, thinner gun, right? All right, well, what about a full size? Or let's say a compact. Most guys call a Glock 19 a compact. So here's the Glock 19 compared to that one. All right, it's a little longer, it's a little thicker. Line them up here, and it kind of disappears behind that Glock 19. So this definitely is a lot larger holster. But again, same thing. You put this in, put the claw behind your belt, and again, I found that it just nestles right there in that crease, and there you go. Again, very, very concealable. Now, keep in mind, I'm wearing a black shirt. Okay, if I was wearing a white shirt, it's gonna print a little more. Okay, if you're wearing a thin shirt like this, you want to go darker colors or something with a pattern. So you want to do like black or dark gray, something with checkered or pattern, or some type of sports shirt, maybe with like the I don't know, like Under Armour has those shirts. They have like these, I don't know, swoops all over it. Something that breaks up the pattern of your belt line. And obviously a darker shirt does that very well because it doesn't cast a lot of shadows where the print areas are. So, but what I'm not doing is I'm not throwing on some big flannel shirt and saying, look how concealable this is. This is a very, very thin shirt, guys. I'm going to show you to you here. I mean, that is just, it's a t-shirt. If you're wondering where I got this t-shirt, this is actually a company called Ministry of Supply, and I love that place. I might do a review of some of their clothing because they've got some great stuff. Now you're probably asking, well, what about the belt? The belt I'm going to do another review of, but basically it's an Anson belt. They just recently came out with their concealed carry, or what they call gun belt, and it's a little heavier, and guys, I tell you, these are by far the best belts I have ever purchased. So real quick, I'm just going to show you the belt, because if you're interested in this holster and you go with this belt, you have a slam dunk system. So basically how this belt works is it has a track on the back like this. So you're not going, you know, an inch or inch and a half between loops. You're going whatever the spacing of that track is. I'd say it's probably 1/8 inch maybe. Yeah, looks like about 1/8 inch, and it just clicks. All right, and the great part is to undo it, you just push this little lever. So if, like, a lot of times I'm sitting down and I'm carrying and I want to loosen this belt up, I just hit that little lever. It doesn't make any noise. It just kind of loosens it up one notch, which is great. The other thing is one size fits all. So when you receive this belt, you take this off and you cut the dead end down to your waist size. Very simple. I think they come like 51 inches long, so it'll fit anybody. So you cut that down. On the canvas ones, I took the lighter and burned the edge just like you would like a paracord, piece of paracord, just so it doesn't fray. But you put it in there, lock that in, and there you go. And the nice thing is that you can have different belts and use the same buckle, or you know, vice versa. You can have one belt and have 6 different buckles because they're interchangeable. So there you go, guys. Harry's Holsters, check it out. One thing I would recommend, if you're looking at purchasing one, just get the starter kit, because the starter kit's going to give you a lot of different options, especially A, if you're new to appendix carry, or B, if you're new to Harry's Holsters. I think it's like $20 more, but just get the starter kit. You'll thank me, I promise, because it's going to give you different options. And then get the foam piece, and I believe it comes with the claw. But get the foam piece on the end, which will keep it tight to your body. This is Jeff with the Common Sense Camper, camping out. Hey guys, Jeff here with the Common Sense Camper. I am just completely floored by most of the products just talk about the holster. Just stop babbling, please. No one cares about the history and what you've been doing. No one cares. They want to see right to the holster, okay? So just get right to the holster, please. Seriously.